guys, it's me, Shani, and today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me. It is my 23rd birthday as well, which is crazy and exciting. So I am going to be talking about what I'm doing for my birthday. I wanted to just do a fun get ready with me, and I haven't done this type of video in a while, so I thought it would be fun. And yeah, and I'm also going to talk a little bit about, I've been wanting to do a video on the start of my makeup love and just kind of going through my life and talking about different things in my childhood and my later, teen years that, even up to now, and how my makeup love has evolved, how I got my start in this industry, and or just not even the industry, but just in general. I wanted to talk about that because I think it's fun, and I'd love to hear more about your personal journey with makeup as well. It could be, just different makeup you've liked over the years. I'm going to kind of talk about that as well. So if you're interested, if you want to get ready with me, I got my coffee here in this cute little mug, and I am ready to get ready for my birthday. So let's get started. So what I did already is I took my e.l.f. Daily Moisturizer, my Thrive Cosmetics sunscreen, kind of like a priming sunscreen, my Trestique brow gel. I just used the gel end of this guy. I think it's in Mocha. Yeah. And I filled in my brows with that. And then I also took the Dose of Colors concealer in light medium 11 as my base for eyeshadow, and I set it with the Thrive Cosmetics Focus Eyeshadow Palette number 3 shade Bridget. I actually hit pan on yesterday, so exciting, but that's what I set my eyes with. So I think I'm going to start with eyes first, but you're all cut up. That is everything that I've done so far. So let me zoom in slightly. I have this cute little top on from, I think it's cute. It's from a thrift store or an antique store. I found it. And then I have this little cardigan, I think is from Forever 21 or something. And my pearl headband is from Etsy. But I'm going to use the Natasha Denona pastel palette. I am wearing a blue romper later, and it's exactly that type of shade here. So I think I'm going to use this color. Maybe, I'm trying to think what I want to do. Maybe I'll just build up Airy, and then I want to use Duet because it's like a purpley with blue sparkle. So I'm thinking maybe just those two shades today, and maybe deepening the outer corner with this. So let's get started. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use those possibly 3 shades. I'm just getting some brushes here and making sure they are clean. Okay, so first I'll start, before we get into the actual part of this video that I want to talk about. I will talk about what I'm doing for my birthday. Randy and I are going to go to Nashville, which we never have been together, and we're going to go antiquing because that's what I love to do, and we're going to also go to a vegan restaurant, which I'm really excited about. So it's just going to be a fun day, but that's really all we have planned. It is a little far from us, so we'll see how it goes. But this is a really pretty pastel blue. But anyways, I wanted to do a fun look, but also my skin makeup, my face makeup is going to be pretty simple. Or not simple, but just kind of what I do every day. So it's gonna be kind of my favorite products. I've really been enjoying this pastel palette. I think it's really fun. So I'm just taking this in the crease, and then I think I'm gonna pack it on the lid as well. Let's see. But yeah, let's go over, let's start from the beginning with my start of my makeup love. So my earliest memories, it wasn't for me. Like a lot of people's memories with makeup is like their mom was using it and they were like, oh my gosh. And my grandma always had her lipstick on, and I remember that. Both of my grandmas really always had their lipsticks on, and like that was something that was very important to them. But my mom really was not into makeup at all, and so I didn't get it from her. But I almost liked that because it was like me that wanted to do it, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I feel like that was almost better in a way. But no, anybody, you know, everybody's stories are different, and that's totally fine. But I was just into it on my own, and I really enjoyed doing people's makeup and nails. And I would have like my family members over when I was a little bit old, like I was probably still pretty young. I would have them over and I would do their nails, or I would just like run my own little salon in my room. And I feel like that was always something I did a little bit as a kid. And oh, I should take this off. Why did I not take this off? This is the best. Ready? I love that. Okay. Now I can actually look at myself and see what we're working with. So then, and something, oh my gosh, another funny story about that is I would do, you know, my family members, like my aunts and my mom, you know, my grandma would come over and I would do their makeup or their nails, and they would just, you know, they were just kind of letting me do what I wanted. Probably was terrible. It probably wasn't even good what I was doing. But my grandpa would come over, and I'm using the Pretty Vulgar eyeshadow base for the shimmer. But my grandpa would come over, and he obviously I couldn't do his nails or his makeup. And so he would he would just bring over a hand cream and let me do that for him. Like, he would just give me the hand cream and I would put it on him. Isn't that so, like, put it on his hand? Isn't that so sweet? He just wanted to like let me do something if I couldn't do his nails or his makeup or hair. So I thought that was so funny. Okay, I just put on this primer, but it got a little bit on my eyelash. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention enough. Okay, so I'm actually just gonna take my finger with Duet because I found with this formula it's best with the finger. And so yeah, and then another thing too is not obviously, but I like loved Barbies as a kid too, and I feel like that was like a big thing for me as well. Is it kind of introduced me to makeup and liking just girly things in general. I feel like it was kind of that sparked an interest for all things girly. Who didn't love Barbies? And if you didn't, that's totally fine. But I loved Barbies as a kid. This shimmer is so pretty. I don't know if you can really see, but it's like blue. And I feel like putting it on top of a blue matte really makes it look blue. But it's more of like a purpley blue. I actually really like that. It's kind of a simple eye look, but Allie Glines did something somewhat similar with this palette recently that I saw, and I really, really liked it. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take, let's see, I'm gonna take that bubble blue, and I'm gonna put a little bit in the outer corner and see what we think. But yeah, so Barbies, and then I also had one of those big Barbie heads. Do you guys remember those big Barbie heads? And I would practice hair on that. I don't think you could practice makeup on that, but I would practice hair on that. And that's like one of my first doing hair memories is that big, like it was like almost like a mannequin head that you use in cosmetology school, but it was a Barbie. And for kids, you know, not for cosmetology school. But, you know, it's kind of similar premise to that. Oh, I really like this in the outer corner. It just gave it a little bit of dimension. I think it needed a little bit of dimension. But really nice. I think I like that. I think it'll go good with my romper that I'm wearing later. Okay. I think I'm gonna do liquid eyeliner as well. And I'll use the Thrive Cosmetics one. And bear with me because it's hard to do this on camera. But another thing is Claire's and icing makeup. I feel like that was my first introduction to makeup. I would buy, you know, the cheapy makeup from Claire's, but you know, you gotta start somewhere, and I really think it was a good first start for me. But also Disney princesses too. I wanted to mention that I feel like, I don't know, again, Barbies, Disney princesses, it's all like girly and fun, and it kind of got me into a little bit into the makeup. Oh my gosh, I already messed up. Okay, hold on, let's see if we can salvage it. See, I gotta focus. Hold on. Oh no. See, this is what happens when I don't focus. Alright, let's just put the color over it and see if we can salvage it. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that happened. I hate that. But anyways, you know, this is real life. Sometimes this happens. If I was focusing, I don't think it would have happened, but whatever. I think we have to focus with liquid eyeliner. Can you see that little mess up? I think it still looks okay. But anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah, so Disney princesses, definitely, I feel like that was part of the love of it. Like, I guess it's not too much makeup related, but I wanted to mention it because those were like my first girly things is Barbies and Disney princesses. Okay. This is actually a really good eyeliner, or liquid eyeliner. I really enjoy it. I just hope I'm doing it justice right now. Okay, let's see. How do we feel about that? I'm not really doing a wing. This almost reminds me a little bit of like a 60s look. What do we think? Okay, I think with mascara, I also didn't get a lot of sleep last night because I was like excited for my birthday, and so I might look a little crazy. Okay, I like it. I'm gonna wait for mascara, let that dry. I'm going to go in with my two primers. I have the Brilliant Face Brightener for most of my face, and then the Filtered Effects Blurring Primer for like T-zone is what I'm gonna do. And then I think I'm gonna use my Yenza BB and CC Cream Full Coverage Foundation. I was debating between the Skin Tint from Fenty, but I feel like this gives me more SPF, so I'm gonna use this in the shade Light Neutral, these, and then we're gonna set with my Filtered Effects Thrive Cosmetics Pressed Powder in Light. So let's start there. But anyway, so let's see here. Maybe I'll use a brush. Okay. Whew. So I'm gonna start with this. So another thing I wanted to mention too is a big part of my makeup journey. You kind of want I don't know, I always wonder like what was your first high end or your something like a product that kind of stuck out to you that was significant. And for me, I have a few, but for me, I just remember my dad's aunt, his Aunt Kita. She got me a Sephora lip palette, you know, like almost like, hold on, almost like, I don't have lip palettes like this anymore, but it's almost like this is a blush and lip palette, but in that way where it's like a pot lip color. It was like a little lip palette, and oh my gosh, I was so excited because I was pretty small at that point. I was pretty little, and I never had something from Sephora, and so it was like, I don't know, it was like I won the lottery. And I try to remember that feeling because now I have so much makeup, I collect it, and I have so much, and you know, you don't want to lose that feeling of like, oh my gosh, how cool, like I have a Sephora lip palette, like, you know, it's just something cool to think about. And so I remember that was a big deal to me, that Sephora palette that my dad's Aunt Kita gave me. And she was also from New York City, so she just seemed very like glamorous and cool. So it was just awesome to get that gift, and that's something I'll never forget. She has passed on. May she rest in peace, but I think that was just such a great moment for me. I feel like I really appreciated that. And yeah, so that was cool. Where is my, okay. I'm gonna use this brush, but I think I'm gonna also need my beauty blender. But anyways, so that was something I wanted to mention. I also have a funny memory or at least my mom has this funny memory of, we had a photo shoot. I was probably like 8, maybe 7, maybe 7, and we had a family photo shoot, and it was my whole side of my mom's side of the family had a photo shoot. And oh my gosh, so basically right before the photo I had like put on lipstick, and they had no idea like what I was doing, or they had no idea that I did it. And then the photo came out, or they looked at me after and they were like, oh my gosh, like I was this little thing with bright red lipstick on, and my mom was just like, I will never forget that, because you were so, like, I was so little and I cared so much about like lipstick, and even from a young age. My mom said in preschool that I was always like, I had my legs crossed, you know, like I was very ladylike at a very young age. Like a lot of people might just be running around crazy at that age, but I was very like ladylike and almost adult-like, and I would sit like a lady, I would pose like a lady, I don't know. And she said she thinks I got it from Full House, Becky from Full House, because that's who I think she figured out I like really looked up to her, or in that show, which I think is so funny. But I'm just looking, let me look in this mirror. But yeah, and then along the lines of like my first high-end products, my first high-end eyeshadow palette I remember was a little bit later than this story, obviously, but it was the Urban Decay Naked 2 was I know a lot of people, their first one was the Naked palette, but mine was Naked 2. Okay, I think my foundation looks good here. But yeah, so anyways, I thought that was a really awesome palette. I absolutely love that palette. I went on to get the Naked 3, the Naked Basics, all of those. I'm going to talk about other products in here as well. Other like palettes and different products that I use. But also I would, at this time, like this might be more middle school time if we're skipping to that. I would also, I'm using the Dose of Colors again, and also I'm going to use the the dose of colors, I'm going to use the Pat McGrath Light Skin Fetish Sublime Under Eye Powder. But, okay, so let me do this. But also with, what was I even talking about? Also with, like, let me maybe mention some of the other products that I used back then, just because I wrote that down as well. And I think it's so funny to think back about different products we used back then, or what we, you know, I don't know, we forget about what we used back then. And so I wrote down a few things I thought of. Lorac Pro 1, 2, and 3 I had, and those really helped me get into eyeshadow, I feel like, because they were kind of pigmented and a little bit hard, like not as beginner friendly as you would think. And so, oh, you know what, I wanted to do, hold on, I wanted to do my cream products too. I totally forgot about my cream products. All right, let me do quickly. I'm going to take this Laura Geller cream little palette in shades of nude, and I'm going to take the bronzer and the blush in here. Sorry, I forgot to do that. I'll do this real quick. But yeah, so who else had the Lorac palettes? I had all three. I think I stopped at 3 though. I didn't get the 4th one. I also got the Maybelline, I also used the Maybelline Fit Me powder and concealer like a lot. That was something I used a lot. Maybelline was something I used in the past, but I'm cruelty free now with my makeup, which we'll get to, but that was something I used back then a lot. And the Rimmel Stay Matte powder in Sandstorm, I remember that specifically. I had that. That is so funny. So let me use this to kind of blend. But oh, that's so funny. Who remembers those things? The Covergirl Clump Crusher mascara I wrote down is something I used to use. A lot of this would be like, I'm thinking middle school time, or when I first got into makeup. The Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette and the Born This Way Foundation, those 2 products from Too Faced, I definitely used. And then we have the KVD Contour Palette. It used to be Kat Von D Contour Palette. The powder one is what I used for like almost under the eyes. I would use those shades, the lighter shades, and then bronzer I would use the KVD Contour Palette. And then the NYX Concealer Palette, it was like almost like this type of pot concealer in a way that I would use. Oh my gosh, such a funny thing looking back at these memories, you know. And then the Maybelline Color Tattoo Bad to the Bronze. Do you remember the color tattoos? They were like pot cream eyeshadows. I definitely had those. Oh, and I'm also wearing the Burt's Bees Rose Tinted Lip Balm. I forgot to mention that. Okay, I think I'm ready now for this. Oh, let's hope it didn't crease. Okay, and then the Benefit Boing Pot Concealer. Lots of like pot things, like things in pots, I guess, that I feel like I don't always use now. Like lip products like that. Okay. And then the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, that was a little bit later, probably high school, early high school, I'm guessing, or mid high school. But who didn't have the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer at some point? Oh, I'm like inhaling powder. Coffee break. Okay, I like literally inhaled powder. And then we're gonna do, I think that's good. See, I really like this Pat McGrath under eye powder. Then we have e.l.f. Brow Powder Duo. Do you remember the e.l.f. Brow Powder little? It came with like a wax and a powder. I would only use the powder, but that was a favorite as well. Okay. That was definitely a favorite. This is too funny. This is gonna be such a funny video. But I wanted to share all these memories. I'd love to know what makeup you remember wearing, or, you know, just the beginning of your makeup journey. Like, I definitely used a lot of drugstore, e.l.f. and Maybelline and L'Oreal, and eventually would make my way up to high-end, more high-end things. It's just funny to think about. And then another big thing is I would pretend to make YouTube videos, which is so funny. I learned, I would say primarily I learned a lot of what I know. I learned through watching beauty videos. I would watch Kathleen Lights. I would watch, you name it, I would watch those, not you name it, but I would watch Casey Holmes, who I think is her name. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of like the early beauty YouTubers that I would watch, but that was what I was doing with all of my free time. I was on beauty YouTube, which I'm still into it. I'm still watching Kathleen Lights. I'm still watching a lot of people I kind of did watch back in the day, but mostly Manny MUA, but mostly it is newer people that I'm watching too, newer beauty gurus. But that's how I learned a lot of things, is from, that was like a big start of it, or a big part of it was beauty videos on YouTube, watching them. And then also I would pretend to make YouTube videos because I absolutely loved it. And so it's funny that now I do make YouTube videos because I just always wanted to talk about makeup. I loved sharing things that I enjoyed. I loved like reviewing makeup or just talking about makeup. So it's funny that I think maybe young me would be proud, hopefully, that I'm doing it, because also with beauty YouTube, like I used to love watching it and I would pretend to film it, but like I literally was too scared because I was young and people were so cruel. I think I posted a video when I was like in middle school. I was like in 8th grade, so I probably looked crazy with my makeup. I don't know. I was good at it a little bit, I would say, but you know, in 8th grade, you might not want videos existing on the internet of you in 8th grade, no, okay, you know, maybe not 8th grade, but younger than that. I feel like I wouldn't really want to look back at those, but I did upload a video and I took it down because people at school saw it and they weren't necessarily like harassing me about it, but they were just like, oh my gosh, like I saw your video, like, you know, I had a couple people mention it and I was like, nope, never again, like I'm taking it down. I was just so worried about what people would think, and so I'll get to it later, but I started my YouTube channel. I started uploading really in college because nobody cares. I guess I found that high school I cared about what people think. Definitely younger than that I cared what people think, but once I hit college I was like, yeah, who cares, you know? It's, if I want to do it, then so be it, you know, who cares who sees it, I feel like is kind of how I felt once I hit college, but we'll get there. So, and then another thing that I wanted to mention is I did get contacts end of 8th grade, and so that was a big step for me makeup wise because I wanted to, eyeshadow has always been my favorite part of makeup, and I feel like because I had glasses, I was so, I don't know, it was almost like frustrating that my eyeshadow wouldn't be seen as much or my makeup wouldn't be seen. And so I made the step of getting contacts, and I'm wearing contacts right now. I am very happy that I did that because I feel like you can see the makeup better. I still wear makeup and glasses as well. I'm not knocking that. That's definitely something I do, but I think I just thought that was kind of significant for me because I finally felt like I could do more. I don't know, I guess I wasn't hiding behind my glasses anymore, which I was for a while because I was even scared of wearing makeup. And so it was a significant change. And also around this time I did buy me and my dad found a bright yellow vanity, which if you follow my Instagram, Shake Up Makeup Shan, you might have seen it back in the day a little bit, but it was a bright yellow, like small vanity, and I still have it at my parents'. And that, I don't know, it's just nostalgic or just sentimental to me because I did so many makeup looks at that vanity, and I have a new, better vanity now, but I feel like that bright yellow vanity is like always has a place in my heart because I absolutely loved doing makeup looks there and spending my time there. You know, it was significant. So that I wanted to mention. And then we're gonna fast forward to high school. I started cosmetology in 2015 and I finished in 2017. So what am I gonna do next? Sorry, I'm like, what am I doing next? I think I'm gonna take the blue shade Airy again on the lower lash line. Sorry, this is gonna be a little bit long of a video, but I expected that. And then I'm gonna take my liquid lash extensions, black mascara on my top and bottom lashes, and we'll go from there. But, oh, and Illusion. I think I'll take Illusion here as my inner corner. But anyways, so I feel like I learned most of what I know about makeup from beauty YouTube videos, but of course I did go to cosmetology school, and I am in August of 2017, I got my cosmetology license, which was very exciting. But I also wanted to mention that makeup was not a big part of, like, it was there. It was definitely there, but it was a lot hair related in cosmetology school. So I also learned so much about doing hair as well. So that was part of my my next step. But yeah, so cosmetology school I did, and then in high school, my junior and senior year, and then also theater makeup. I started getting into theater my eighth grade. I was in a musical for my middle school, and then I kind of continued with doing musicals ever since then, so since 8th grade and then all through high school. And my junior and senior year of, I'm using my lash curler here, my junior and senior year of high school, I did help with the musicals. I did like the makeup and the hair for the leads of the musical. Obviously I did it for myself as well, but that was a big step for me because it was a little stressful being part of the musical but also doing hair and makeup, but I absolutely loved it. My junior year the musical was Cinderella, and oh my gosh, how fun was doing the Ugly Stepsisters makeup and Cinderella's makeup. Like, it was such a fun time. So I absolutely loved that. That was like such a highlight because I love Cinderella. So yeah, that was an amazing time, and I just feel like I had such a blast. I absolutely love theater, and I realized that even though I love singing, that's another side of me, but I really loved singing, and I loved chorus in high school and younger and everything. But I realized then that I loved being behind the scenes. Like, I loved doing the makeup and being behind the scenes. Even though I did still perform in the musicals, I was so drawn to like doing makeup and and being a part of that, being a part of like the production of it. I don't know, it was so amazing. So that was a big part of my makeup journey. Oh yeah, 2017 I got my cosmetology license. I'm just looking at my notes here because I made these notes. And then in college, I actually did run my own business a little bit, and I did haircuts on campus, and the college was aware of it and everything, and it was really nice, and I got to donate some of the money I made to charity, and it was just a really cool experience, and I got to meet a lot of people in college because I would cut their hair, and I was just really, I did some makeup there as well. I actually got into the theater team, no, theater, I got into that as well in college. How do we feel? I feel like the mascara added a lot to the look. Oh, I never got lipstick. Darn it. I always forget lipstick. But, oh wait, hold up. Let me put my inner corner color. But anyways, so yeah, so I also took theater classes in college, and so I actually took a makeup design class that was offered, and it was only offered like once every 3 years or something, and I was so excited to take that class. That was amazing. That was more of a makeup like specific class than cosmetology school even was, and it was amazing, and I really enjoyed that as well. And I even have the book for it over there. But yeah, anyways, that was a super amazing class. I absolutely loved that. And I also took like a playwriting class, which I really enjoyed. So theater was something I was really into, and I took a couple classes in college with that. And I would even, I'm going way off on a tangent. But even if you have something you're interested in that they offer a class for and it's not your major in college, I would say take it, because I think my favorite classes were my theater classes, and that's not necessarily what I want to do in life, but it was, the makeup design definitely and the theater were big parts of what I enjoyed. I'm going to take this highlighter from Ofra in Star Island, the Marc Jacobs Tantastic Omega Bronze Bronzer, and I'll get to the blush, but let's start with this. And then, anyways, so that was a big part of things I enjoyed. Then, in 2019, I wanted to say that I got more colorful with my eyeshadow look. Before that, I was always a little bit more nervous about being colorful with my makeup, and so that was a big change for me, because also I was in college now, so I was more willing to, I don't know, I feel like people are more truly themselves in college, so I was a little bit more, I felt more able to be myself and not worry about what people think. So I got more colorful with my makeup, but also in 2019, I had more no makeup days. So in my freshman year of college, I was really nervous about people seeing me without makeup, and so I was very wearing makeup all the time, and so that was really significant for me, because you should also feel very confident without makeup. I know it's easier said than done, but if you enjoy makeup, it's easier said than done. But I realized that, I need to be comfortable with just me with no makeup as well. I'm going to take the Lunar Beauty Blush Prism or Moon Prism, and I'm going to take a mixture of Stargaze and these two shades, like these 3 pinky shades I think I'm going to take. But yeah, so that was significant for me as well. I really think that was a huge thing. And so yeah, so that was important in 2019. And then 2020, I went cruelty-free with my makeup, which was a big step because I wanted to do it. I've been vegetarian for a long time before this, but I was like, you know what, why am I using makeup that is not cruelty-free? And so I went completely cruelty-free, and I am basically I think I'm done with basically everything that I had in my collection that wasn't cruelty free. I kept a lot of what wasn't cruelty free so I could use it and not waste. But yeah, so that was a big step. And then also I got big into skincare with 2020 because it was the pandemic, and I think I was like just got really into skincare, and so now I'm still like that. I still love skincare, and I've gotten more into it because I think in the beginning I was all makeup and I didn't really realize the importance of skincare in middle school and high school, and so I did in high school a little bit, but you know what I mean. So I got big into skincare. 2021 I got into vintage makeup. I started collecting vintage makeup, and that just opened a whole new door for me, I feel like. Now I'm not only collecting makeup, but I'm collecting vintage makeup, and I just love learning about the history of these older brands and the packaging, the marketing, the advertisements they had, the differences between then and now, and the different materials used, and I'm so into that, and so that is a huge thing as well. But yeah, and then I got a job for a makeup company in 2021, so that was really huge, I would say. I also got my makeup room that I'm in right now. It's an office / makeup room, but that was a dream of mine. And I also got a vintage vanity that I went from my small bright yellow vanity to my bigger vintage vanity, which I love. And lastly, 2022, I was featured in a makeup company email, the makeup company I work for, and that was just super exciting, and I was also promoted in my company, so that is, I don't know what my hair is doing, so that was that. But yeah, so that is my makeup journey so far. I would love to hear about your makeup journey. This is in no way me trying to brag. I just wanted to just talk about how I've evolved with makeup and what makeup has done for me, how much I enjoy it and love it, and just my journey in this crazy time. I feel like I don't know, I just absolutely love makeup, and I wanted to sit down and talk about it here on my birthday. I'm going to add a lipstick, but it's not with me right now, so I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I have this Burt's Bees tinted lip balm on, but I'm going to put on, I think, my Thrive Cosmetics Eileen lipstick, the headliner lipstick I think I'm gonna put on. So yeah, this was a long video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching this crazy video, but thanks. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.